Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation A View to a Kill, AVtaK, turn 20. It is January 1946. So let's review the victory conditions, where we're at. So the Axis have 5 of the victory cities, the key one being Nanking. The Allies have 3, and the Comintern has 2. Germany has Festung Europa, the Atlantic Wall, and Japan has Kido Butai. So total, the Axis have 7. Panzer J made an attack for the Spanish Civil War, and he got diced. I thought he was going to win that battle, and I was preparing that was the end of my chance at winning this game. But now there's a small opening that possibly I could win this game, because I've got the 2. This one, European buffer zone, is worth 2, so that's 4. I've got propaganda war, all my cities, tech, and winter war, so that brings me up to 7. If I can get Istanbul, that'll get me up to 8, put me into the lead, and really that's the peak I can get this game. The Allies have 3 victory cities: African colonialism, evolved KMT, and then triumph of capitalism. So they're sitting at 6. They're definitely on the cusp of American technological supremacy. But Boss and Bruce has really flummoxed them by denying sphere of influence. I just don't see how they could get Big Blue. France isn't going to evolve. Sun never sets. Let me look at France. Oh no, there's all those planes in Paris. So Malta, this is stopping 2 points. Paris is stopping 2 points. So basically Panzer J is denying the Allies 4 points. Boss and Bruce is denying Big Blue. So I don't see how they can get both Guam, and the particularly difficult one is Atu and Kiska. So basically, if I take and hold my 8 points, I do think that I've got a good shot of winning this game, which is kind of a surprise to me. I was not prepared that was going to happen. So I'm going to skip tech till later. The only tech I'm going to roll for is radar. I'm at stage 2. Doesn't really matter. I've got it all teed up on PBE for both the Spanish Republican recruitment and the PBE of the tech. Let me raise this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we're going to skip CCP. Let's start 20.3 USSR. I have 59 IPP to spend. I'm going to purchase 6 militia for 12. I'll upgrade 1 militia to an infantry for 2. That's 14. 7 infantry for 21. That's 35. 4 anti-aircraft artillery. I only have 3 set out. That's right, because I've run out of anti-aircraft artillery. Let's tentatively we'll use a German anti-aircraft artillery here. Okay, so I got 4 anti-aircraft artillery for 16. That brings me up to 51. Upgrade 1, or complete construction of 1 fortification in Stalingrad for 4. That's 55. Complete construction of the fortification Novosibirsk for 4. That's 59. Okay, combat movement. I've just got the 1 combat here in Istanbul. So I'm going to bring every unit out of Bulgaria into Istanbul. That is 15 infantry, 3 motorized infantry, 16 advanced mechanized infantry, 1 light armor, 1 Katyushka rocket artillery, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery. I'm not going to bring any aircraft in because of that anti-aircraft artillery. And that is the extent of my combat movement. Let's roll some dice. Okay. Let's do first strikes. So I've got the Katushka firing into a mountain. So drop from a 5 to a 4. One shot at 4. Miss. And then he's got 2 first strike fortification bombardments at 5. He got 1 hit. Okay. So I'm gonna lose my light armor. Okay. Now let's do the 15 infantry at 1 because I'm into a mountain city. Let's do 8 and 7. Here's 8 at 1. No hits, and 7 more at 1. 1 hit. Let's go over here and do 1. Right, and then I've got, well, I should have done my motorized infantry because they're also 3. This is 3 at 1. They're also at 1. Miss. All right, now I've got, let's see, that was 16 at 3. So we'll do 2 groups of 8. This is my advanced mechanized infantry. 2 more hits. That gets me up to 3. And another batch of 8 at 3. Miss. Okay. And what else do I have? That's it. Okay, so he's got 4 infantry at 6 because he's in a fortification. 4 at 6. 1 hit. Okay, so I will lose. I think I'm going to lose the motorized infantry. That knocks me down to 2 motorized infantry. And he will lose the anti-aircraft artillery and 2 of his 3 infantry. So he's got 2 of his 4 infantry. So he's got 2 infantry left. Let's do the 16 at 3 again. 2 groups of 8. I just need 2 hits. I got 3 hits. So I don't need to continue rolling. And he has 2 at 5 because he's defending in a city. Oh, I wonder if he got any 1s. Shoot. I don't remember if he did roll a 1, that's a target select, and I'll have to look at that and see if he did get a target select because I forgot that his infantry had target selection. If he did get target select, I'm pretty sure he would take my Katushka. But if he didn't, then I'll take another motorized infantry. Okay, so I take Istanbul with 15 infantry and 15 infantry, 1 motorized infantry, 16 advanced mechanized infantry, a Katushka, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery. That will move me up 2 points. And it will move Great Britain up 1 point for Ankara. So Great Britain I have at 51, and the Soviets I have at 57. All right. And then all these other pieces get transformed over to British because Turkey aligns with Britain. That makes more sense. Okay, non-combat movement. Let's look up here in Finland. I'm going to be making some moves. In southern Finland, I'm going to have 6 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery move into Helsinki. And I think there's 4 guys already there. 4 infantry already there. So that gets me up to 10 infantry in Helsinki. Then I'm going to rail 2 infantry from Viipuri province over to Helsinki. That'll bring me up to 12 infantry, anti-aircraft artillery. And then from Leningrad, 1 naval transport will leave port carrying 2 infantry. They will go over to Helsinki and drop them off. 14 infantry there. Okay. And then the naval transport will go back in port in Leningrad. Let's look at Western Ukraine. I'm going to make a move from Western Ukraine over to Kyiv. I'm going to have those 2 infantry move over to Kyiv. Bring me up to 3 infantry there. From Donetsk, Kuban, I'm going to have the 2 T-34s and the 2 Katyushkas will move into Crimea. 1, 2. From central Romania, I'm going to have 2 infantry move down to Bulgaria. I want to make sure that's on camera. Yeah, that is on camera. So 2 infantry from central Romania will move to Bulgaria. From Saratov, 1 militia will move down to Stalingrad, bringing me up to 3 militia there in Stalingrad. From Stalingrad, 3 infantry will strategic rail move to Crimea, bringing me up to 5 infantry there in Crimea. From North Caucasia, 2 advanced mechanized infantry will move up to Stalingrad. And then I've got 1 more move, which is over in Angara. I'm going to have 6 infantry move to Novosibirsk. Okay, placement of units. I'm going to complete construction of the fortification in Novosibirsk. And let's move over, show Stalingrad. I'm going to complete construction of the fortification in Stalingrad. And then in Stalingrad, I'm going to build 3 infantry. In Bulgaria, I'm building 1 militia. In Central Romania, I'm building 1 militia. Gets me up to 2 militia there. Oh, that's not on camera, sorry. In Crimea. Let's make sure that's on camera because I got a lot going in there. Okay, in Crimea, I'm going to build 2 anti-aircraft artillery. I'm going to have a militia upgrade. So that'll be a chip as far as infantry. That might to 6, I think. Let's take a peek here. Yep, that brings me up to 6 infantry in Crimea. Okay, in Kyiv, I'm going to build 3 militia. In Moscow, I'm going to build, let's see if Moscow and Smolensk are on camera. Yeah, but I could probably get them a little centered up. Okay, in Moscow, I am building an anti-aircraft artillery. What else am I building there in Moscow? I say 4 infantry, but I worry that have I built more than 7 infantry? Let's see. Okay, I built 3 in Stalingrad and 4 in Moscow. So that's my 7. And then I'm going to build an anti-aircraft artillery in Smolensk. I think that's everything. All right, I have my tech roll for radar and the Spanish recruitment, Spanish Republicans. It's neither one of them is really going to matter, but we will just PBE them and see. Okay, so for radar, I failed on a 1, and Spanish Republicans, I failed with an 11. Let's do disposition of forces. In Helsinki, I have 1 militia, 14 infantry, and anti-aircraft artillery in a fortification. In A14, I have 3 destroyers, a submarine, and a coastal submarine. In Leningrad, I have 3 militia, 6 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 2 fighters in a fortification. In port in Leningrad, I have 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and a naval transport. In Podlachia, I have 2 infantry. In Smolensk, I have 3 militia, 3 infantry, and an anti-aircraft artillery. In Moscow, I have 3 militia, 4 infantry, and an anti-aircraft artillery in a fortification. In Warsaw, I have 1 militia, 17 infantry, 2 motorized infantry, 7 advanced mechanized infantry, 4 T-34s, 2 advanced artillery, 1 Katushka rocket artillery in a fortification. In Kyiv, I have 3 militia, 3 infantry, and an anti-aircraft artillery. In Stalingrad, I have 3 militia, 4 infantry, 2 advanced mechanized infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery in a fortification. In North Caucasia, I have a militia. In Transcaucasia, I have 8 militia, 2 infantry, 2 anti-aircraft artillery. In the Caspian Sea, I have my torpedo boat destroyer on escort duty. In Crimea, I have 3 militia, 6 infantry, 2 T-34s, 2 Katushka rocket artillery, 2 anti-aircraft artillery, 1 jet fighter with a coastal gun in a fortification. In Central Romania, I have 2 militia, 1 airborne infantry, 2 advanced mechanized infantry, 2 T-34s, 2 advanced artillery. I'm sorry, that's 3 advanced artillery, 2 Katushka rocket artillery, 1 jet fighter, 1 tactical bomber, 1 air transport. In Bulgaria, I have 1 militia and 2 infantry. In Istanbul, I have 15 infantry, 1 motorized infantry, 16 advanced mechanized infantry, 1 Katyushka rocket artillery, 3 anti-aircraft artillery. In Novosibirsk, I have 3 militia and 9 infantry in a fortification. In Central Mongolia, I have a militia. In Amur, 3 militia. In Primorsky Krai, 3 militia. Next up is Boston Bruce with turn 20.4.